want to give him that crown of King of New York, but I mean, he's one of the most talked about people in hip hop right now on a mainstream level. So you could give him that crown of King of hip hop in general, you know. But as far as one of the people in New York, there's people in New York putting in work, and really, I was having a discussion with my homeboy back home. I think he's opening the door for a lot of lyricists who've been overlooked, like more so than just everybody stepping up their bars in the industry and bringing it back to lyricism. He felt that the lyricist, like within any state, you know what I mean, is gonna give them a lot more shine, because now people are gonna be hungry for that lyricism. Now it's gonna really get back to, okay, you gotta have lyrics instead of just I got money and I got this, that, and the third. You gotta have lyrics. So now the people who have been overlooked is going to give them a better opportunity to be seen. You might see some lyricists from New York actually step up and actually claim that crown of King of New York.
And I mean, that shit is what hip-hop was based off of, niggas making statements like that and challenging other artists, their peers, to step up and, step to the plate and really bring some shit to the forefront for people to hear. Yeah. So, like, I don't think it was really more so, oh, I'm the King of New York, just like, look, I'm trying to run this shit right now. Y'all need to come for me, you know what I mean?
And just going against the grain in general. That's what the culture was built on,
Yeah,
we're anti-establishment, so if something's going too much one way and it's getting too corny, it's like, all right, let's bring it back and remember where it came from. Let's remember the essence, and let's challenge what's out there. Let's challenge people's thinking a little bit.
Yeah, because some niggas need to shut up.
Right, so ever since the Diplomats, Rockefeller, that whole Dame Dash Jay-Z thing, how did that really affect New York?
Well, it depends on what aspect you're talking about with that. You know what I mean? I feel like there was a lot of other things also going on in New York. As far as like Dame Dash and Rockefeller and that whole Diplomat split, that affected New York. It did. They were able to maintain. I can't say that for everybody involved in that situation. Diplomats were able to maintain and kind of splinter off and still maintain careers. Jay obviously. But I feel like really just that whole era was a little bit marred by division, where back in the day you got to see a lot of New York artists, and artists in general from different places just linking up and doing songs that kind of like separated, like, all right, I got my crew here, I got this crew here, you know what I mean? And honestly, thank God for the South, because they kind of showed us and gave us the blueprint, like, all right, you can work together. Not everybody's gonna get along all the time, but we can make records together and make national hits.
And it was so much other factors that went into that whole thing. Like niggas say that's when New York like kind of fell off, but it was so much other stuff going on. Like it was around the same time when 50 came out, dissing everybody and their moms, and the South was already in the process of getting on with like niggas like Ludacris and Jeezy and Gucci Mane and all of them around that time, and like it was so many different factors that went into it. Yeah, definitely probably hurt, because like Jay ain't stopped, but that stopped everybody from like Dipset and Beans and all them other dudes for a minute, and it was just a whole bunch of different factors that went into it.
I think maybe more so than that, just Jay becoming an executive, and he put on a lot of people from other regions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the Ross and
your Rosses, your Jeezys, like, so it really helped them, you know what I mean? And I really I don't even like just separating everything. Good music is good music, you know what I mean? Whether it comes from New York, Florida, Texas, wherever.